Every Memphis Tigers basketball game, WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis. Go local on 92.9 FM ESPN. Go national on ESPN 790 AM.
The views and opinions of the hosts or guests of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the management or staff of Intercom Memphis.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take a family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, Barton Power Sports, and Buck Gardner Calls. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 on this, our after Christmas show. We're going to talk outdoors for the next 90 minutes. Last show of 2014, which is hard to believe. What a year it's been. And we're going to try something a little bit different today. Hope it works out. We're going to try to swing around the Mid-South and get some reports from how things have gone. Deer hunting, duck hunting, waterfowl hunting, some fishing reports and things along that line. And, of course, this being the fourth Saturday of the month, that means that we got a couple of guys in the studio I can just go ahead and take a nap, and they can talk about fishing and hunting and things along that line. That's Ron Wong, our good friend Ron Wong, our fishing guru. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Larry, and good morning, everybody. And I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and got everything they wanted.
Oh, I'm sure. I know you did. I know that for a fact.
Well, I've got life, and that's what I'm thankful for.
That's very important. You know,
absolutely.
I'd hate to have to just prop you up over there on Saturday morning, though.
Weekend at Ronnie's.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And good morning to you, Bill.
Bill Cooks, the editor of the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News, and with us on the fourth Saturday. And good morning, Bill.
Morning, Larry. Morning, everyone.
Well, I'm glad you're wide awake and everything. Of course, Greg Ratliff, as our show producer, has done an unbelievable job in his short timer here. How long you been with us now? 3 months. Can you believe that?
He's done a great job.
Yeah, his trial is over now. You know, he's got to learn the real things here and everything. So we're going to be swinging around the Mid-South, as I said, hooking up with some folks, and I'm confident we're going to hear Buck Gardner and Jingle Bells. That's going to be really a good chance. He promised me that he would be on the show today, taking a break.
All right.
And he's going to play Jingle Bells
I want
on his duck call.
I want Auld Lang Syne from him.
We're
coming on New Year's now.
We can ask him that. I think that's on the flip side of his hit record. Yeah, it's on his 45. And that blows a lot of people's minds out there. If you got a 45 out there someplace. And it might be on a 78. I don't know. We're going way back. But Ron and Bill are in here, and I want to remind you as we kick off, the contest has started. I've got all the information here, and the website it's up. It's up. We don't have the team up there right now, but you go to OLR-Outdoors.com, and right on the home page is the OLR R&R giveaway, and that's presented by Ruger and Radians. We're going to give away 10 prize packs. 10 prize packs on January the 17th show. Get that from our good friends at Radians and our good friends at Ruger, John Kitchens at Ruger. And so all you got to do is go to the homepage. You'll see it. It'll come across there. The contest will be, you just click on the contest of Jolly Old St. Nick, and just it'll pop up with your submit your information, and we're going to give away 10 prize packs, as it says, on January the 17th. All on LROutdoors.com. The entry deadline is January the 13th. 1 entry per person. And I'm telling you, we got some great stuff from Radians, and we got some great stuff from our good friends at Ruger, including one of those Ruger knives that it is really nice. It's worth about $60. And John Kitchen says that. So go to that. Go to our website, LROutdoors.com. Look at the new look on there. The only thing that I think we don't have up is the team yet, so you won't get to see what Ron Wong looks like.
Don't need to.
Maybe that's why it's not up yet. Or Bill Cooksey or Greg Ratliff. The team, you can look at what I look like. Of course, I'm up there really with the Daniel Welch, Well, it's up there. It's up there. Believe me, on this Saturday morning, it's up there because I checked it before I left home this morning. So he's trying to get it all done. Old St. Nick is up there and everything, but we're going to give away lots of good prizes. And speaking of prizes, next week, open mic Saturday next week. And right now, I'm in between. It depends on what happens between now and next week. I have killed 2 deer. They're both at Burris Deer. Well, one of them's already back. The other one I'm picking up this week at Burris Deer Processing, where I take my deer in downtown Moscow, Tennessee. But I may be in the woods. I may be in the duck blind. I'm not sure where I'll be next Saturday morning, but there's a good chance I might be with Peanut Quan, which I have to admit, I had a nice meal with the Quan family recently and had a chance to eat some of that great foods. There was a guy there looked just like Ron Wong.
You've killed 2 deer?
Yes.
And there's a question in your mind if you're going deer hunting or duck hunting?
Well, I got to kill 3 deer. That's my quota. Then I duck hunt all of January. So that's my deal. Once I get my 3 deer, that feeds my family, and so I'm going for 1 more. But that's I could get that earlier in the week, so I could be duck hunting next Saturday morning. So there's the options there.
Gotcha.
A lot depends on whether I can get a cell phone connection or not. that depends on.
Yeah, you'll get it.
And
you'll get it.
And I don't have Mississippi license. I can't afford all of them. I'm just a poor old guy.
Can.
Media guys, it's tough.
Yes, it is. And my company does not supply a license. My company I used to work for, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, so hey, let's find out now, Bill. Kind of kick us off some waterfowls. We talk about this real quickly here as we hope to get Mark Rose, but. Well, I understand that we're shooting at the same ducks.
We're shooting the same ducks. It's really spotty. You'll have a great day and then you'll have a bad day. And the ducks know what they're doing. They know where they want to go.
Yeah.
They know where the hunters are. In our case, over where we are near Harrisburg, if we get a nice sunshiny day, we do real well. When we get these overcast days, it gets tough. The birds can see you. They see everything really well, and they're very skittish. But I'm still getting good reports from guys at Reelfoot that, every other day or so they have a good hunt.
Every other day, because
right.
I know.
And you'll be there the wrong day.
Yeah, I will be there the wrong day.
But then the next day there's a photograph of 40 mallards out of the blind that you were in the day before.
Yeah.
So the birds are around. It's not a reason to stay home but you need to go. You just need to go. And if you go, you'll be there on the right day at some point.
And it doesn't matter whether, it's still the fellowship, but after a while, the fellowship, it gets kind of.
Well, I watch sunrises all year.
Yeah.
I only have 60 days to shoot ducks, but it's
only 60 days to shoot ducks. Only 60.
But it as I said, it's worth going and getting out there. It's not like last year. This point last year, we were busting ice most days. And
yes,
I
right.
haven't busted ice yet this year.
Right. It was colder earlier than it has been late.
Right. I think I've been out one morning when it was actually below freezing, and that was 30 degrees, warming up to 50.
That's not. Yeah. No.
That tells you why the ducks are stale. And it's this way all the way up through Missouri. I know the guys in northern Missouri had a slow end of their season. Places like Habitat Flats were having a hard time shooting ducks, and those guys hold over 100,000 ducks at most times.
Well, I know I went to Arkansas couple of times for some trips with family and a funeral and everything like that. I did see some 3 or 4 fields with snow geese. I did see a bunch of snow geese, and then of course when you passed the Lungell River, you saw some ducks in there, and
right.
and I saw a lot of decoys.
A lot of speckled bellies around. We've had
Yeah.
a great season on specks. Guys that like to hunt snows, they're there in mass.
And they will be there.
And the duck, there are, as I said, you'll hear people say there's no ducks. There are ducks here. A lot of the public grounds have low water. I've been to several of them, and it can be hard to find a spot. But there are ducks around. Catch it on the right day, you'll have a good hunt.
Well, and speaking of ducks, let me go ahead and throw it out here again because I've told these folks out there, don't forget, Mark, February 20th on your calendar. That's at DU National Headquarters. That is the 22nd Annual Ducks Unlimited Wolf River Chapter sponsor event, and that is at February the 20th, which is going to be a big weekend because that is also the Mid-South Sports and Boat Show at the Agri Center, the 20th through the 22nd, and that's also when Ron Wrong will be at Lake Hartwell.
Yes, I will.
At the Classic.
Yes, I will.
And we're going to be talking a lot about that.
We're going to do a lot about the Classic leading up to it. We're going to have interviews starting in January.
Yes.
All the way through the Classic. And come January the 10th.
Tell them who we're going to have.
We're going to have Brent Chapman on.
Yes, we are.
And Brent was Angler of the Year for BASS in 2012. Unfortunately, he did not make the Classic this year.
But he can give a
However,
lot of insight on the Classic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, on the 10th, we will be announcing
yes,
a contest.
A contest, yes.
For all of our listeners out there or viewers on the website, a chance to win a wonderful fishing tackle package
that you're going to put together.
That we're going to put together, you and I.
You and I, yeah.
And we'll get Bill to do something too.
Yeah.
Maybe a subscription to Mid-South Outdoors magazine.
Yeah, well, he has to do that. Now you've already asked him. He's not going to say no on the air because we're going to give away a couple of
I hope
subscription next Saturday, right?
I plan on it.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, we're going to have those.
So it's going to be good stuff. And, and then just as a preview, our first show that we do together in February, it's going to be all about the Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah, that'll be the second Saturday in February, and when Ron cranks up and heads over to Lake Hartwell, and I know that had a chance to talk to Brian Brasher, and he made his helicopter ride over there to see Lake Hartwell, and already has written some stories.
It's going to be an exciting tournament. Some of the guys that I have been following they've done pretty well in practice, and they're fishing in water now that's going to be much like what it's going to be in February.
I think so too. Yeah. It's going to be a lot different than in Tulsa. So
it won't be snowing.
It won't be snowing. I don't think he's knocking on. It's not wood, but it's close. It's
whatever this is.
Yeah, whatever that is. Right?
There it is.
He's walking on. He's knocking on that. Bill is and everything. And again, catch out the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing magazine. Bill, as the editor, has done great things there in his brief time. I love to read his opening stories, and I know that he would appreciate, just like I would at OLR-Outdoors.com. Send us your pictures. Bill's the same way. I mean, they giving away stuff if you send pictures there.
Hey, I just got an email. We're good on hunting photos, but it's pretty bleak on fishing photos right now.
All right.
And I know people are
coming.
fishing.
Yeah.
Please
you
do.
got one coming.
Okay, it is.
Will do.
Make sure you send it to the right address, okay, and everything. But
I hope I do.
Well, the magazine is that's a great. If you're looking for an after-Christmas gift and you didn't do a subscription, check out the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing magazine.
Hey, by the way, they have some great fishing reports in that. Also,
you won't find any more fishing in reports than you do on that magazine. That's for sure.
That's right.
And it had Santa Claus on the cover this year.
Did you like that?
I liked
Ralph
it.
McDonald.
I did. Yes.
We were glad to.
Yeah, you've got
get
some
permission to
connections
use
there,
that.
so you got insight on that.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought that was more fun than the standard old.
I think it was great. That's what I like about it. So anyway, thank you, Bill. All right, let's take a break. Well, we missed Mark Rose. I guess he's out trying to let his daughters kill 2 more big monster deers. That's what his fun and everything. We'll keep trying to hook up with Mark, but we'll come right back and Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Hello, everybody. I'm Buck Gardner, and what you just heard is our all-new Double Nasty 3 duck call, and it's made right here in Memphis, Tennessee. If you're a duck hunter, I got a great deal for you. Visit buckgardner.com and enter the promo code BUCK, B-U-C-K, at buckgardner.com. You can get one of these $25 duck calls delivered to your door for $7.95. Remember, buckgardner.com, promo code BUCK, B-U-C-K.
What kind of legacy will we leave when our days upon this earth are gone? Some of my fondest memories growing up were the times my dad took me hunting or fishing. Spending time with him outdoors was magic. I'm Don King for your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, inviting you to enjoy a Tennessee outdoor adventure. Share the experience with someone you love. Whether your passion is hunting, fishing, boating, or wildlife viewing, our state has it all. Visit our website at tnwildlife.org or download our new app for your smartphone or tablet by searching TWRA on the go, and let the legacy of your outdoor adventure begin. Our legacy.
Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, Barton Power Sports, and Buck Gardner Calls.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. This is Larry Ray sitting as I do each and every Saturday morning. This being the fourth Saturday of the month, we got Ron Wong, we got Bill Cooksey in the studio, Greg Ratliff is our show producer, taking care of us, and we do have Mr. Frank Barton. I don't know why I call him Mr. All right, we got Frank Barton on the line this morning. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Larry. A very early good morning. And,
I know you're going duck hunting, so we'll just we won't
it's
keep.
Fine. We're not quite to shooting time yet.
I know, but you're ready, and I know Bill is too over here.
I am.
You are, aren't you?
Yeah,
And Bill,
now I'm looking at an afternoon hunt. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Okay.
Well, that's okay. They'll still be there.
We hope they're there. And Frank, been talking to Frank off and on. Of course, Frank was on with me last week, and Bill's talked a little bit about it, Frank, that we're basically, and of course, Frank is the owner of Barton Power Sports in West Memphis and Jonesboro. Let's throw that in as a gathering place for a lot of you waterfowl hunters or whatever it might be, hunters, to stop by and kind of do some bragging rights. Frank mentioned to me, and Bill has mentioned to me, that we're shooting at basically the same ducks.
That is true. We'll see. We'll see what today bodes for us.
Mm-hmm.
But when the season, our season shut down for the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day holidays, and we're trying to see what we're going to do. And then now we have a little change in weather just from some rain, but not a whole lot of temperature change. And so I'm here. It's Saturday, and it's what I do on Saturday mornings if I'm not in the Larry Ray radio show.
That's right. Yeah, I know what you're sacrificing.
But we'll see. Yesterday was fair.
Yeah.
We saw some ducks, but they were same ducks I think that we've been seeing.
They look familiar. And y'all look familiar to them probably too. So.
Yeah, we're just trying to do some different things. This morning we're going small. By that I mean the only decoys that we've got out in front of our blind this morning moved. No, we don't have any stationary decoys. We just got about 5 out there, and they all make motion of some form or fashion. Changing tactics.
And that's basically, Bill, that's what you got to do, isn't it?
Well, yeah, absolutely. You either change up what you have at your permanent spot, or you figure out the little places that these birds are going and go lay on a ditch bank or a rice levee or whatever you have to do to get where they want to be.
And Frank, I know you and Bill has mentioned this, the weather. You know, we haven't really had any. Bill mentioned that duck hunters love cold weather, and I can remember last year about this time I was heading up to the Taj Mahal near Halls, Tennessee, with Jeff Warren. It was temperature was dropping, and we was getting freezing rain. So we haven't really had that cold weather that you guys like either.
Not yet. And we still need rain.
Oh,
we
yeah.
had some rain this last week, but
yeah.
we're still, just where I'm hunting right now, I need 6 more inches of water easily.
Wow.
Well, 6 more inches of water. And then, we look at a couple, 3 years ago.
Well, last year the roads were flooded out around
That's what
Thanksgiving.
we were talking earlier about when we went. It was last year that we went from having no water to flooded out almost.
Right.
This
right.
week. It was this week that we got all that rain last year.
Okay. And I remember I wasn't at the camp, but they were sending me photos, and all the gravel roads were covered with water, and there's a car off in the ditch upside down in the water, and here we are, and it's muddy, but it's otherwise dry.
Right. Well, we're going to see what we do, and I'm out here with my friend Steve Lackey and Don Brawley, and we're going to see if we can get a little bit of action for the dog, which is the only reason we're really out here anyway.
Well, I'm going to ask you to do a favor for me. You know our good friend Charlie Holder. Can you call him back for us, because the number I've got for Charlie is wrong. I know he's called you this morning, and let him know that we're waiting on his call. Can you do that for me?
I can do that.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Frank. You give Charlie a call, and we'll look forward to try to get him on the line, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Frank. Have a great day. Shoot something for us, okay?
We'll do so.
Thank you. Frank Barton from the Barton Power Sports in West Memphis and Jonesboro. And I looked at my sheet here that I'm very conscientious about, and I did notice that I had the wrong area code for Charlie on there, and I can't remember.
That happens.
That happens sometimes, doesn't it? That is for sure. And Charlie's already called Frank trying to get us, so maybe Frank's going to get Charlie and get him back on. That's our good friend at Sure Shot Game Calls, and we'll talk to Charlie Holder. But I looked at that, and I kept looking, and I said, Charlie is not in area code 901. I know that for a fact.
Well,
so, I mean,
606 afterwards doesn't work real well.
No, it doesn't. You realize that and everything. Of course, Ron doesn't mind all the hunters being out in the woods and the blind, because that means what?
There's very few. There's a lot less fishermen on the water,
and you can catch fish now.
I got to tell you something.
Tease us a little bit.
Well, we've been talking about this weather, especially for the duck hunters, and not being cold enough and everything else. Most of the lakes around here right now, the water temperature is still mid-40s to upper 40s, and on the Tennessee River chain, especially Pickwick, the water temperature is still 51, 52 degrees surface temperature. And that's warm for this time of the year anywhere you go. And I've been very fortunate to be able to go out to some private lakes, and I've caught some really nice bass. They're not biting real good, but you stay with them and you can catch some. Move your bait slower now is all you have to do. Use a jig, use a soft plastic of some sort. Texas rig works well. For crappie, the crappie are really biting a Pickwick real well, and there's a couple of ways to catch them. You can vertical jig for the crappie and over brush piles and those kind of things, or you can shoot rocks.
How deep?
If you're going to vertical jig, somewhere between 14 and 18 feet, up to 22 feet. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is I'm casting to bluff walls, and the crappie I'm catching is anywhere from 8 to 24 feet deep, and I'm sitting at about 29.
Okay.
But I'm sitting close to drop-offs, and the fish are moving up and down to eat. And I got to tell you something. It wasn't but a week and a half ago, I was at Pickwick and really had some nice crappie.
He did, because we ate some of them. Let's talk about. Hey, we got our good friend Charlie Holder on the line from Sure Shot Calls. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning, Larry. How are you in the game?
Oh, we're doing a lot better now that I've got the right. I had the wrong area code for you, and so I'm so glad you called Frank Barton on that, because when I looked at it, I said Charlie is not area code 901. That is not nowhere near that, and I saw that and everything. But Charlie's been a good friend of Outdoors with Larry Ray for a long time, and we've been kind of checking around. So Charlie, tell our listeners what's going on waterfowl hunting in your section, and tell them where you are and what it's been like down there.
Well, it's easy to find. It's easy to find us if you run your finger down the border of Louisiana and Texas, all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, and stop right there. That's where we're located.
And what? So what's
we're the end of the Central Flyway, which makes it pretty difficult right now. Like a day like today, there's birds, but they've been shot at so many times, and we got a front coming in, and those are the good days when we have a front coming in with a few new birds to try out our calls on.
What's it been like for the season for you guys down there? Because I know our guys, we had colder weather to start, and right now we got Bill Cooksey here from the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News, and Ron Wong in with us this morning, and Bill has talked about shooting basically the same birds. We had cold weather early on, and I know you guys down there, everybody says that you got the birds and Missouri has the birds, and we're locked in the middle just watching the ducks fly over us. So
I think so. Even the guys up above us, like western part of the state, western Oklahoma, who have been dry, they've had the weather, but the birds have just flown over them as well with no water. Here on the east side of Louisiana, Mississippi, east side of Texas here, we've done really well. Even up in Arkansas, those guys are doing really well. So we've been fortunate. Of course, we were up in Canada in September, and we had our big media hunt up there then with a bunch of manufacturers. We knew that the birds were there because I've never seen anything like it. It was something out of a movie.
Really? Yeah. And we're talking to Charlie Holder from Sure Shot Game Calls, and I know, Charlie, that tell our listeners a little bit about your company, and if you're looking for that, you want to take back a present and get something else, I recommend these guys. Tell them a little bit about your company.
Well, we invented the double reed duck call in 1950 with George Jensen and Cowboy Fernandez. The call was called the Jensen. We've still got that call today. We brought back the old classic back in 2012. So we started off with that, and then this last year we brought out a brand new call. It's for the high-end duck hunters out there that want an expensive call. It's a $150 call called the Jensen 1. It's a product, as you saw there in North Carolina.
Yes.
It's made out of a material that's proprietary. No one else has ever built a call out of this material. And it's the first ever in the duck call industry, and any game call for that matter, to have a screw thread lock where it comes together so the parts don't fall out. So we've got a new innovation on the line, and stay tuned. We've got a new product coming out next year that's another old throwback that people will remember. So we're just kind of hanging back and doing a lot of research and development and trying to create the buzz about this old brand.
Wow. Well, they've always got something. And, Charlie, I know we'll be talking to you many times in 2015, buddy. Thank you for support for this show. Always good to talk to you. I know your area code now, and I know you're not 901, so I got you now, okay?
Thank you, guys. You guys have a first-class show. Keep up the good work. I know the listeners appreciate you. I know we do. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Charlie, and Happy New Year, too.
Have a great weekend.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Charlie Holder. All right, we're going to talk after the break. We finally got Mark Rose on the line. Yeah, we'll get Mark in on this next segment. We got Tommy Aiken we're trying to hook up. Gary Harlan, we got Bud Gardner, we got Ernie Lance, we got Gene Smith, we got Andy Tweed, and we got Ron Wong and Bill Cooksey in the studio.
We're going to get busy.
We're going to get real busy. We're not giving away anything unless we give away Greg Ratliff to someone out there, but he's got his hands full. He's got twins. You know that? I just found out.
Really?
They'll be 1 year old on January the when? January the 10th.
This is nothing.
This is nothing compared to what he's dealing with, that's for sure. All right, let's take a break, come right back. We got Mark Rose on the line, and he's going to talk not about fishing, but deer hunting.
Deer hunting, okay.
And family. On Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Hello, I'm Larry Ray, and for years you've heard me talk about my love affair with Gaston's White River Resort near Lakeview, Arkansas. It's a love affair that continues to grow into what I call memory makers, and there's no place I'd rather make an outdoor memory than at Gaston's. I've been a Gaston's regular for over 25 years, and one of my favorite times to visit this world-famous resort is in the fall. Fall offers some of the White River's best fishing opportunities. Whether it's for lunker rainbows or pole-bending browns, the White River has a worldwide reputation as one of the best trout streams to be found anywhere. Only Gaston's Gaston's offers you more than 2 miles of river frontage. The breathtaking scenery along the White River is a photographer's and nature lover's dream come true. Gaston's enjoying the great outdoors does not mean roughing it. Its cottages are first-rate, comfortable, and spotlessly clean. Some even have large redwood decks plus wood-burning fireplaces. And of course, there's the resort's restaurant, famous for not only its food, but its location perched over the White River. So take my advice, make a memory. Go to Gastons.com or call them at 870-431-5202. Tell them Larry Ray sent you.
Power. Let that word sink in for a minute. You crave power. You need power. And at Barton Power Sports, we put all that power right in your hands. Barton Power Sports of Arkansas combines the power of 7 brands from 2 locations into one single company, whose sole mission is to make sure you have the ultimate power sports experience. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Suzuki, Victory, and Argo. Each line standing on its own, but backed by the Barton Power Sports commitment to excellent service before, during, and after the sale. Barton Power Sports is open 6 days a week to accommodate your schedule. No hidden dog fees. What you see is what you get. Your deal, done your way. Now that's power. Barton Power Sports, with locations in Jonesboro and West Memphis. Go to bartonpowersports.com. The power of play.
Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, Barton Power Sports, and Buck Gardner Calls.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. Wow, we're going to squeeze a lot of information in on this the Saturday after Christmas. Appreciate visiting with Frank Barton and Charlie Holder, and got more people coming up, Tommy Aiken, Buck Gardner, and some old folks. We told you earlier in the show we were trying to hook up with Mark Rose. We should have known that he would be out someplace, and he's he's crappie fishing. But I want to talk to Mark a little bit about deer hunting, because it's been a pretty good family affair for Mark, and you folks know Mark from a great young man out of Marion, West Memphis, Arkansas, on the FLW tour, fishing and things like that. And I know Bill Cooksey and Ron Wong are familiar with Mark. But first of all, good morning, Mark.
Morning, how are y'all?
We're doing great, and I know you're crappie fishing. You're getting ready to catch a bunch of fish at Horseshoe, but I got a couple of pictures that Mark sent me recently, and he wasn't in either one of them. Tell our listeners who's killed a couple of nice deer this year.
Yeah, both of my daughters have them. I'm proud of them. I put a lot of work into early in the season to really scout and do inventory for those guys, and well, I tell you, they did a good job, made 2 good shots, put them both down in their tracks right there where they shot them. So I was proud of them. I tell you, I haven't done much deer hunting myself, but I've had the best season I've ever had watching my 2 girls lay 2 nice bucks on the ground.
Well,
on the Mississippi River bottoms.
Yeah,
we just love it.
All right, well, let's give the names of these girls and tell us what kind of deer they kill. Let's
Well, first of all, it was Hannah Grace. See, we're hunting Mississippi on the Mississippi River, and she gets to hunt a little earlier, and she gets 2 weeks of youth season, and those deer are out. You know, they're on the food plots, and I tell you, you can pattern them pretty good. You're watching this nice mature buck. He's about 6.5 years old, and had a lot of mass, nice 8-point, and so she went with me one day and just took care of business.
All right, how old is she?
Hannah Grace is 9.
Oh my goodness! Okay, man. Okay, and then number 2 daughter.
Yeah, she stays so busy. I tell you, she's in cheerleading and every other little organization you can be in, and so it was tougher getting her out there. But I finally got her out there, and she hunted hard with me a few days, and then finally a big old nice mature 8-point came out. But they both killed. Hannah Grace's scored 140 and 3/8, and Natalie scored 141 even.
Wow! And how old is Natalie now?
Natalie is 16.
Oh, goodness gracious!
West Memphis High School.
That's amazing. So, well, before we let you go, what's 2015 look for Mark Rose? What's up, call you?
Oh man, we're just gonna fish the FLW tour, and Major League Fishing Selects and the Raceback Series, and just have a good time praising Jesus and telling people how much He loves them, and trying to win a little money in the process.
All right, and I know you got any resolutions for 2015, Mark?
Not really, just to stay as possible. Get all the fish as possible.
That's right. Well, you've had a great buddy. Thank you.
He knows where they all live, and he knows how to catch them, and so I figured he's my best resource.
That's your best resource. Well, tell your family hello, and that's amazing what them two girls did. But I know where your heart is, buddy. Thank you, and again, Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you in 2015. Okay.
Always a pleasure, Larry.
Thank you, buddy. Go catch a big one. All right.
All righty.
All right.
See you.
All right. We got Tommy Aiken on the line. Let's go with Tommy Aiken in Greenfield, Tennessee. Population 788,000. Yahoo!
What are y'all drinking this morning?
No. We're just having fun here, man. This is after Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
The bills are coming in now.
Tommy, I hope you had a great Christmas.
It'll continue, too.
Yeah, we got Ron Wong. We got Bill Cooksey in with us. And Tommy, I wanted to get Tommy on. Tommy was there when I was just a pup, so that tells you how old Tommy is. So,
he just knows where the ducks are, so I'm waiting to hear.
Well, what do you hear what he says right here? Tell us.
And he knows where the fish are.
Yeah, we're going to talk. Well, tell us, because I talked to Tommy yesterday, this Saturday morning, Tommy, and I know that they're here and gone, and you're shooting at the same ones, right?
That's basically what we're doing. I mean, it's several ducks around in various locations, but this weather, I think since opening day, we may have had 5 sunny days and no 2 back-to-back. And, of course, some hunters like cloudy days, but on a whole, I think most of you duck hunters soon have a little sunshine and 10, 15-mile-an-hour wind if possible.
Amen.
We just didn't have that weather.
Yeah.
And these old ducks are stagnant. I don't think we've had a new flight in quite some time, and it's tough for us to kill them right now, I'll be honest with you.
Well, I know. We're talking to Tommy Aiken, former commissioner of the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency before they changed their name, and I'm still trying to remember that. Tennessee Fish and Game, whatever it is now.
Bill I can't remember it either.
I can't get it either, but you did have some pretty good success in southeast Missouri, didn't you?
Yeah, we got a good place over there, and it's rice fields and quite a bit of water, and it's a bunch of ducks. We go there in the mornings and run out several thousand ducks out of our field, and adjoining fields around it as well. But I think they're going to Big Lake and staying on it until after shooting time, so coming out to feed and going back in there before shooting time again in the morning. And it's no weather to make them, to change that course right now.
Yeah, and I know, Bill, you said the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just going back to their roosts right at shooting time when they get kicked out of the fields, and they're going to the same place they hadn't been shot at now for over a month.
Well, we're running down. We're getting ready to, this is the last Saturday in December. It's hard to believe. We're coming into 2015, and I know, Tommy, January, we got a few more days, and as a duck hunter, I know that they're always optimistic, right?
Oh, yeah. I'd be optimistic 30 minutes before the sunset on the last day. It's not nobody any more optimistic than a duck hunter. I don't think. I don't care who it is or what kind of sport you're pursuing. They're always looking for that good weather change right around the corner. And that's the way you got to be. You just can't just sit back and say, "Hey, I'm done."
Well,
and you got to keep thinking it's going to get better.
Well, you got till January 25th, everybody out there, so I know that, that's what I'm waiting for. Tommy, thank you, buddy. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for your friendship over the years. It seems like yesterday. But,
yeah, it does.
And
but tell you two comrades there, I wish them a very happy New Year, and maybe we get in the boat and go catch a fish with Ron and kill a duck with Cooksey here sometime before too long. But
well, come on.
It's always my pleasure being on your show, Larry. I appreciate it, and I know the outdoorsmen of this area as well.
Well,
Happy New Year to you.
I've actually been in a boat before where somebody, I won't even bring it up. You know him because, he shot a shotgun and we were fishing at the same time. We'll talk about Tommy probably knows who that is, but we'll talk about that on some memory store sometime. All right, Tommy. Thank you, buddy. Talk to you.
Thank you.
All right. Happy New Year.
Good rest of the day.
All right. Talk to you. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Tommy Aiken.
And I'll tell you, Tommy Aiken's been at it a long time, but if the limit was 1 duck, he'd be willing to go and split it with you just so he could get out.
He really is. You won't find a nicer man.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk a little fishing right now. We're going to switch over to Pickwick and talk to our good friend Gary Harlan. And Ron, I know you love to talk fishing in December here.
And I know Gary is catching them, too.
Good morning, Gary.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, buddy, the last Saturday in December here, and we've been talking waterfowl, so I'm going to let Ron ask you about what's going on fishing-wise over at your area.
Gary, I know the water temperature's still up there at Pickwick because of this crazy weather, and so you're out.
Yeah, we're running between 50 and 52 degrees right now.
Yep. And so that means the bass are still biting and the crappie are biting. So what's best?
That's right. Crappie's been unreal this year. We've had some really good trips. We've limited out the last 3 times I've gone, and
wow,
starting to catch some really nice fish too.
Yeah, and
I saw where you snuck up here and caught a few too.
Snuck up there. He never sneaks anywhere. Everybody knows where he is. I'm going fishing.
The thing is, Gary, you're probably fishing the other end of the lake, and I'm at the other end. So we have no idea what we're doing. But, you're absolutely right about those crappie. People want to go and have a good time. They ought to come see you right now because these crappie they are just good, healthy, nice-sized crappie.
Yep.
And they're not hard to catch, are they?
Go ahead.
Pardon me?
They're not real hard to catch, are they?
No. It's just a matter of finding them. We very seldom catch a throwback here.
Right.
You might throw back 2 or 3 in a day's time.
Right.
Out of a limit, but most time, they're going to be pretty
decent.
Especially if you get around the whites.
Yeah. The last time I was out there, I think I had 1 throwback, and that was it. The rest of them were way beyond the size limit. What are you guys using now, Gary?
I'm still using like 8, 16-ounce jigs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fishing any shallower than about 17 or 18 foot, and as deep as 30. For what I'm doing.
I'm catching them as deep as 26 feet, but mostly somewhere between 18 and 20 feet.
Wow, that's pretty. That's pretty deep. And we're talking to Gary Harlan, our good friend from over at Pickwick Lake, and. Gary, tell them how to get in touch with you. You and Roger Stegall, tell them how to get in touch if they want to set up a fishing trip. And then a lot of folks saying, well, man, it's cold. January is a great time, buddy.
It is an awesome time.
It is. Yeah. We're gonna have periods of cold, but we're also gonna have like we've got today. You're gonna have decent days where you can get out there and fish. And we typically, I'm not starting right at daylight either. And
not
we'll
necessary.
We'll start 8:30, 9 o'clock, and fish till about dark, and catch the best part of the day.
Well, tell them how to get in touch with you. Got about a minute left here. Tell them how to get in touch with you.
Okay, they can look me up on Facebook just by my name, Gary Harlan Fishing, or you can go to www.fishpickwick.com.
That's as easy way to do it, and we've got that posted, and we run all of Gary's fishing reports when he sends us information on LROutdoors.com. Gary, thank you, buddy. Happy New Year to you.
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
We'll talk to you in 2015 some more, okay?
Sound like a plan. Y'all behave yourselves.
Appreciate you, buddy. All right, Gary Harlan visiting with us. We're squeezing a lot in. We're going to take a break right now. Then we're going to come back. Hopefully, the man himself will be on, Buck Gardner.
All right.
And Bill wants him to play not only Jingle Bells, but he wants to hear All Lang Syne. So we'll check.
Does he want to hear via duck call?
Yeah,
I don't need Buck singing.
No, he's not going to sing.
Right, I was getting ready.
He's not going to sing. No. All right, we'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Hello, everybody. everybody. I'm Buck Gardner, and what you just heard is our all-new Double Nasty 3 duck call, and it's made right here in Memphis, Tennessee. If you're a duck hunter, I got a great deal for you. Visit buckgardner.com and enter the promo code BUCK, B-U-C-K, at buckgardner.com. You can get one of these $25 duck calls delivered to your door for $7.95. Remember, buckgardner.com, promo code BUCK, B-U-C-K.
What kind of legacy will we leave when our days upon this earth are gone? Some of my fondest memories growing up were the times my dad took me hunting or fishing. Spending time with him outdoors was magic. I'm Don King for your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, inviting you to enjoy a Tennessee outdoor adventure. Share the experience with someone you love. Whether your passion is hunting, fishing, boating, or wildlife viewing, our state has it all. Visit our website at tnwildlife.org or download our new app for your smartphone or tablet by searching TWRA on the go, and let the legacy of your outdoor adventure begin. Our legacy.
Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, Barton Power Sports, and Buck Gardner Calls.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. We got Bill Cooksey and Ron Wong in studio.
You better get this next guest on because I want to hear it.
Here we go.
I want to hear
it. Here we go.
We've been invaded here.
We got Buck Gardner on the line. Keep going, Buck. We're listening. Keep going on.
It's okay. There it is. We'll be getting killed.
Oh, my
God. Look here, y'all. There's ducks coming all over us.
Go for them. We'll just listen. Go ahead. Play.
No. Run with it. It's fine with me.
Okay. Well, this sounds good. You know, I mean.
We're using a new Ron Wong lure. It looks like a snake that's swimming across the water.
Yeah, right.
Get that duck, y'all.
Get it.
Oh, that duck's going to hurt. Oh, that other one's hurting, too. And y'all kill a goose, too. Oh. Now they're beating the dog. Y'all listen to that.
I've heard that a few times.
I've heard that before. All right, you're hunting with who you hunting with there?
I got my son Bradley, a young man named Bo Ray, and Joe Brannon.
Okay.
And Joe's dog, who we love so much because we're not having to go get the ducks and the geese.
All right. How'd you get Bo Ray in a duck blind?
Well, we drug him out here hog-tied, and then, you know.
Well, he's going to hog-tie me in January. I'm going over there too. So you're hunting. Tell the listeners where you're hunting near.
Oh, we're hunting over here by Aubrey, by my home.
By his home.
Same old place.
Same old place in Aubrey, Arkansas, and you covered up. You got some ducks around there, and you got some geese around there. And so, how has the season been for you, Buck?
Well, you know what? I hadn't got to hunt a whole lot, but the season's been great. What I've had of it. I mean. So this whole place here's got a magnet in the ground or something because they seem. I mean, we got here this morning. It must have been 25,000 snow geese here.
Wow.
And speckle bellies. Well, and we have killed 8 beautiful speckle bellies. We've killed a snow goose, and we've killed probably, I'd say, a dozen ducks or more. So we're getting pretty close to our limit.
And I know, Buck, also that we were going to get Buck on last week, but he was out in Idaho And tell our listeners, you had a chance to duck up with some young kids, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I had a young man that is a senior in high school. I was been trying to get him to come to Alabama and play football, and he's got a younger brother. He's just 6'7" and 322 pounds.
Okay.
And he's a farm kid. He carries a cow around with him all day long.
You had a chance to hunt with them out in Idaho. I know that. So
yeah, I did. I really enjoyed that and did a little Wounded Warrior deal, and we had a great time.
All right, Buck. I know that our listeners are waiting to hear. I know you got action going on. Any way we can hear jingle bells?
Jingle bells! We probably this will get these ducks right here.
All right,
get ready, y'all.
Here we go.
Get them, y'all.
Oh, well, Bill Cooksey wants you to practice on All Lang Syne. Try to get that.
I mean, we're looking at New Year's rather than Christmas.
Well,
now.
I know, but
I'm telling you what, I can do All Lang Syne, because all my Christmas tunes are about, going out of date now. So,
Well, yeah, you've been around for a while and everything. So 2015, Buck, before we let you go get back, what's 2015 look for the Buck Gardner calls?
God bless y'all. Have a great day and Happy New Year to you.
All right, Buck. We'll see you. Bye, Buck.
All right.
Bye.
Y'all.
Bye.
Bye, Ron.
All right.
Bye, Phil.
Take care. Have a good New Year.
There they go. All right.
That's great.
He's too busy over there in
That's right.
Aubrey, Arkansas.
And having a good time, too.
It sounds like it.
He's having a great time over there.
Buck always has a good time.
Yeah, he got his son Bradley there, and Mr. Ray.
Bo Ray, from Somerville.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. RHEA.
Yes.
Yes, he doesn't spell it correct way. No, it's incorrect.
Well, it probably different
we knocked the H out a long time ago, so did that a long time ago. But wanted Buck Gardner in there, one of our show sponsors through this end of this month, and right out of the defense depot over there, Buck Gardner calls. You can find them around there, and a great ambassador for our area.
Mm-hmm.
It's been that way for many years. Go buy one of his wood duck calls. He's given away 10,000 wood duck calls, I know, over the years, and he gives them to kids, and then he charges the parents $10 to take them back.
That sounds like a profit center.
Yes, if you ever heard those wood duck calls, he knows that for a fact. But see there, he's over in Aubrey, which is near Marianna, over in that area right there. So,
and it sounds like they've been resting their birds with Buck gone, and that's another thing you can do this time of year. If you can lay off and let your field build some birds up, you can go in there and have a real good shoot every now and then.
But most people can't do that, though.
Well, we only have 60 days to shoot them.
Only 60 days.
That's right.
Only 60 days.
Out in the Pacific Flyway, they get over 100 days. So we're hurting down here.
They got a lot of things, other things.
I'd be single.
What would you? Yeah. What would you? Well, Nana. So what would she say? How many days do you hunt?
Probably around 30 most years.
Okay.
I used to hunt a lot more.
Well, I know
I
that.
don't get
you used
to go
do
as
a lot
much
of things
anymore.
a lot more.
That's right.
So
tell me about it. Hey, Buck brought up a Wounded Warriors deal, and I wanted to get this in for people that don't know. If y'all get a chance, go online and look up Operation Wounded Warrior Support. They're out of Searcy, Arkansas.
Okay.
And they do duck hunts for Wounded Warriors in Arkansas. Our camp, the Langgill Lounge.
What was that again now?
It's Operation Wounded Warrior Support. And you can Google it and find them. They're out of Arkansas, and that's all they do. It's a nonprofit. We hosted 4 Army Rangers here a few weeks ago at our camp, and I got to tell you, it was the most phenomenal thing we've done in years. Can't wait to do it again. They brought these guys in. They're all 911 generation vets.
Okay, all right.
They've all been in Afghanistan and Iraq. I mean, we had a sniper. We had guys that have been in the thick of things. And
really?
It was just such a great time having them at camp. They're great guys.
How many did y'all have?
We had 4. They normally do it in 4-man groups, and people that have the organization has their own lodge, and they have their own hunting place, but obviously there are a lot more veterans out there than there are places to go. So if you have the place and the ability to take some, get in touch with those guys, because it was the most rewarding experience for all of our club members.
Wow.
Just had a great time, got them on some ducks, and it's something anyone can take part in or support.
That's Operation Wounded Warrior Support.
Great
okay,
job.
out of Searcy, Arkansas.
Out of Searcy, Arkansas.
Awesome. Wow. Did they get to kill some ducks?
They did. They had a good hunt. It was right after the split, and we had a couple of spots that were producing real well, and that's where they went. The club members kind of bowed out, let them have the good spots, and
well, it's just so good to have these.
Man,
really
it was
so good.
It was an awesome experience for everyone involved. I'll have a feature about it in the next Hunting and Fishing News.
Well, I look forward to seeing that because, I got to tell you something. The gratification that you get to see somebody get to do that makes them feel good is worth all the money in the world.
And a couple of the guys are coming back later this season. It was like
awesome.
They loved it and said, "Hey, could we come back sometime?" Yeah, come back, be our guest.
I encourage any hunter or fisherman to try to get involved with one of these organizations and help out. They need all the help they can get.
Well, just like Brandon Sears that we had on the show here.
He does
Wounded
it for the
Warriors. He does it for the fishing trip for those guys and their kids. But there's other ones. Shane Hall does some things.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that later on this morning.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about that and other things got going on. But we got Ron Wong, Bill Cooksey in the studio. Greg Ratliff is our show producer. Let me remind you again before we take a break that don't forget the OLR R&R giveaway presented by Ruger and Radians. Go to my website, lroutdoors.com. Should be up this morning. It was the other day, but he's still tinkering with it. But it goes through January the 17th. We're going to give away 10 prize packs, and all you have to do is submit a registration. We're going to draw the 10 names out on January the 17th. And you have a chance to win some nice headphones. We got some Ruger products, got a Ruger knife, all sorts of things from Ruger and our good friends at Radians, based right here in Memphis, Tennessee. And that's on the LROutdoors.com. The deadline to enter is January the 13th. And don't forget also our great sponsors on Outdoors with Larry Ray right now, and that's the TWRA. That's also the Gaston's White River Resort, where all of us will be up there on April the 13th. You're going.
Okay. Yes.
April the 13th
Bill's
to the 6th.
going.
And yeah, Bill's on the list. That's April 13th. But anyway,
Right.
Gaston's White River Resort. January is a wonderful time to be on the river. I mean, the water temperature doesn't change. You just dress nice. They got cabins with fireplaces and everything like that. Head over to Gaston's. And, of course, we've also got Barton Power Sports in West Memphis and Jonesboro. You want to go over to West Memphis and see the Slingshot. That is the most amazing
awesome
machine I've ever seen. It seats 2 people. It's just cool. You know, you can drive it anywhere, and it really is a slingshot when it takes off. And, of course, also Buck Gardner calls right out of Memphis, Tennessee. So a lot of things going on right now. Just check them all out. Don't forget to take your deer to Burris Deer Processing in downtown Moscow, Tennessee. That's where I take my deer, and hope to have one more deer, and then it'll be duck hunting time. Yeah, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it right there. One more deer, then duck time. All right. Are we about ready to take a break, Greg? Let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. I'm going to come right back and talk almost like the Wounded Warriors Project. We're going to talk to our good friend Ernie Lentz, if we can hook up with him from Arkabutler Lake about their recently physically challenged deer hunt at Arkabutler. That's all on Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Hello, I'm Larry Ray, and for years you've heard me talk about my love affair with Gaston's White River Resort near Lakeview, Arkansas. It's a love affair that continues to grow into what I call memory makers, and there's no place I'd rather make an outdoor memory than at Gaston's. I've been a Gaston's regular for over 25 years, and one of my favorite times to visit this world-famous resort is in the fall. Fall offers some of the White River's best fishing opportunities. Whether it's for lunker rainbows or pole-bending browns, the White River has a worldwide reputation as one of the best trout streams to be found anywhere. Only Gaston's offers you more than 2 miles of river frontage. The breathtaking scenery along the White River is a photographer's and nature lover's dream come true. Gaston's enjoying the great outdoors does not mean roughing it. Its cottages are first-rate, comfortable, and spotlessly clean. Some even have large redwood decks plus wood-burning fireplaces. And of course, there's the resort's restaurant, famous for not only its food, but its location perched over the White River. So take my advice, make a memory. Go to Gastons.com or call them at 870-431-5202. Tell them Larry Ray sent you.
Power. Let that word sink in for a minute. You crave power. You need power. And at Barton Power Sports, we put all that power right in your hands. Barton Power Sports of Arkansas combines the power of 7 brands from 2 locations into one single company, whose sole mission is to make sure you have the ultimate power sports experience. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Suzuki, Victory, and Argo. Each line standing on its own, but backed by the Barton Power Sports commitment to excellent service before, during, and after the sale. Barton Power Sports is open 6 days a week to accommodate your schedule. No hidden dog fees. What you see is what you get. Your deal, done your way. Now that's power. Barton Power Sports, with locations in Jonesboro and West Memphis. Go to bartonpowersports.com. The power of play.
WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis. Go local on 92.9 FM ESPN. Go national on ESPN 790 AM.
sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take a family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, Barton Power Sports, and Buck Gardner Calls. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. This is Larry Ray sitting as I do each and every Saturday morning as we roll into our 14th year on the air. And you folks know for most of that tenure, we've been always talk about the Arcabutler Lake Physically Challenged Deer Hunt. I've been down there many times, and those folks just run a great hunt. It's always in early December. This was about a week later this year. But our good friend Ernie Lentz is on with us now. Ernie is the Land Use Program Manager at the Arcabutler Lake Field Office out of Coldwater. And first of all, good morning, Ernie, and Happy New Year to you, buddy.
Good morning, Larry and guys. Appreciate you all having me on this morning, and hope you had a Merry Christmas and looking forward to the New Year.
Well, we always like to talk to Ernie about the hunt itself, and we've had Ernie on before the hunt and had Ernie on trying to get volunteers and things along that line. So tell our listeners a little bit about the hunt itself and how it went this year.
Well, this was the 24th year for our hunt, and it was a good hunt. It was a week later, but I guess we timed the weather just right. Last year, we had all that ice and everything that impacted us. This year, it was sunshiny and warm, and the hunters didn't have any excuse not to stay in the blinds and hunt.
Okay. How many hunters did you have?
We actually had 44 show up. I had 58 that were drawn, and as normally, I lose about a dozen or just over a dozen a year. By the time it's time to hunt, they've got medical issues that things that if they've got a cold, it can impact them severely. So I had 14 cancel and ended up with 44 hunters, and we harvested 18 deer, which was the most that we've harvested since we went to the 4-day hunt. And
how long ago was that now, Ernie? Did you go to that 4-day hunt now?
I think this was our 4th year.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. And you talk about a 4-day hunt, so the dates were for this year's hunt were what?
Was the 12th through the 15th. 12th
through the 15th, and tell our listeners how you hunt these 44 people.
Well, we've got ground blinds throughout the 1,000-acre natural area that's below the dam at Arcabutler Lake.
Yes.
And, so we put them into those ground blinds. Some go in by truck, some go in by mules. Those that are able and have ATCs and can ride them, they ride those into their blinds and hunt off them. So it's an operation. I can hunt 31 hunters a day.
A day. And, okay. That's amazing. And these folks are when we say physically challenged, tell our listeners what some of the extents of the we take for granted. When I go deer hunting, I just go walk in the woods and I'm there. These folks really have to have a passion to do what they're doing, don't they? So tell our listeners what's some of the physical challenges they have.
Well, to qualify for this hunt, you have to be a quadriplegic, paraplegic, or ambulatory with the use of leg braces, crutches, such that I have quite a few hunters that have prostheses,
Missing limbs, aren't they?
Right, missing limbs and missing leg, and they'll have a artificial leg. I've got guys in wheelchairs that I've got a guy that can only move his head, and he's got a device on his gun that he blows into the device to pulls the trigger for him.
Yeah, it's just amazing. We're talking to Ernie Lentz here about the Arcabella Lake Physically Challenged Deer Hunt here on Outdoors with Larry Ray. And I know, Ernie, you mentioned 18 deer were harvested, 10 does, 8 bucks, had an 8-point, and the heaviest deer was a 7-point weighing 175 pounds. Rob Ferris, boy, where's Rob from, you know?
He's from Hernando.
Wow, that's a nice deer Rob killed.
Yes, it is, and Rob went to school with me, and
oh, really?
And so he's one of my hunters that hunts hard. He goes to the woods and says, "Don't bother me. If I get something, I'll call." And
okay. And what's Rob's disability? What is his?
He's in a wheelchair. He's paralyzed from the waist down.
Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, and you've had hunters from, I know you have a lot of local hunters, but you do have some out-of-town hunters, don't you, too?
I do. Get some from northern Arkansas. It's this hunt, while it used to be national in scope many years ago, has really come into a regional-type hunt because
there are other
hunts now.
Everybody's
got places to hunt back home. You know, when we started this thing 24 years ago, it was the only one like it in the country.
Yes.
And so that's what used to draw folks from New Hampshire and New Mexico and all that. And as they come and other folks come and see what we do and stuff, they go back and start hunts back in their area. So those folks don't travel as much. So most of our hunters now come from the local area, from Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama. I think we had one from Missouri this year. But it's kind of localized now.
And Ernie, I know you couldn't do this without the volunteers. You had 19 volunteers that worked 458 hours. So
that's right, and they're crucial to the operation. I have 2 volunteers who actually run teams. They're responsible for getting 6 hunters in and out of the woods. The volunteers themselves.
Wow.
And we have a pretty big operation as far as a mess tent that we feed these guys, and so that's all the cooking's done by volunteers. We got volunteers that
they cook. They have
rangers that are running teams get hunters in and out of the woods. We volunteers that do all the skinning of the deer and processing the deer when they come in, and so you're right. We could not do this without our volunteers, and 19 helps us get through, but we can always use more.
And well, now are you going to do it now next year on that second weekend, or are you going back your first, or what is it? Do you know yet? Do you have decided yet?
We don't know yet. I'm inclined to look at keeping it at the second week. It'll just be what management. We normally make that decision sometime around June.
Well, if somebody wants to volunteer right now and say, "Hey, I'd like to be a volunteer," tell them how to get in touch with you down there.
They can call me at the Arcabella Lake Field office at area code 662-562-6261. And if I'm not there, leave a message on my voicemail and, give me your address or contact information, and I'll contact you and get you on the mailing list for next year. And then whenever we get the date established when it's going to be, then I always send a letter out to the volunteers and let them know, hey, this is when the hunt's going to take place, so you can schedule whatever you have to do to be there to help if you're willing, and we'll get you on the mailing list. And if you know somebody who would meet the qualifications to hunt, also you can call that same number and get me their information, and we'll get them on the mailing list for an application, because that also goes out in June. As soon as we set the date, then I get everything in gear as far as getting the applications out to the hunters and start planning for the hunt.
Well, I know that. What do you get out of this, Ernie? What's your take after it's over, or after you see it? What makes it so special for you?
The joy of watching these guys. I had a guy that killed a deer this year, first time he's killed a deer in 6 years, and he was down in the bottom, and one of our stands down there on a open farm field that we have, and he shot and killed the deer, and there's 7 other hunters in that vicinity down there along that field, everything. And he commenced to hollering and screaming and stuff that he got the deer, and everybody down there in that area knew that he'd killed a deer. And when he got back to camp, he was still hollering and screaming. So, that type of thing is, what it's all about. And it seems like every year we have one of those situations that just reminds us about the joy that we very easily take for granted.
It's no doubt about it. And how long you been at Arcabella working down there, Ernie?
Let me see. I've been at Arcabella for 18 years, and I've been the hunt coordinator for this hunt. This was my 10th year. And
I know that Dean Hunter got this thing going many years ago. And
Dean started it, and I've out of the 24 years I've worked on the hunt, 21 of the 24.
Wow.
Yeah, Dean started it, and I was blessed to get to take over as the hunt coordinator after Randy Dye.
Yes, after Randy. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Randy took over after Dean, so we've been just been blessed to be involved with it, and looking for our silver anniversary next year.
Well, I know at Christmas time this is a special thing. You made a lot of memories for a lot of folks. Ernie, thank you for being with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray, buddy. God bless you, and hope you and your family have a happy New Year, and we'll be talking to you down the road. Okay, buddy?
Thank you, y'all too.
All right, thank you, Ernie Lentz. Okay, Ernie Lentz, wonderful.
Just a great thing.
And we talked about the Wounded Warriors and things like these guys, and I've been down there. Ron's been down there. They have the
awesome
campfire, the cookout. They have all these people in wheelchairs, and I've seen them in lifts and all sorts of things. Yeah. And
I encourage anybody that has the time or make the time.
Make
to
the
go
time.
Out and
It could be part of your Christmas for next year.
I have to
do
tell
something.
you, it's very touching, but it's really exciting also.
You hear that guy hollering? I mean, he killed a deer. He was hollering.
Oh, you ought to see the smile on the faces when they come in and they've got a deer.
I'll bet.
And it's amazing. And they even smile sitting around the campfire.
Yeah, well, it's pretty amazing. All right, let's take a break, come back, and wrap up today's show. We're going to see if we can hook up with Andy Tweed, maybe Gene Smith, and close out this after Christmas show on Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Hello, everybody. I'm Buck Gardner, and what you just heard is our all-new Double Nasty 3 duck call, and it's made right here in Memphis, Tennessee. If you're a duck hunter, I got a great deal for you. Visit buckgardner.com and enter the promo code BUCK, B-U-C-K, at buckgardner.com. You can get one of these $25 duck calls delivered to your door for $7.95. Remember, buckgardner.com, promo code BUCK, B-U-C-K.
What kind of legacy will we leave when our days upon this earth are gone? Some of my fondest memories growing up were the times my dad took me hunting or fishing. Spending time with him outdoors was magic. I'm Don King for your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, inviting you to enjoy a Tennessee outdoor adventure. Share the experience with someone you love. Whether your passion is hunting, fishing, boating, or wildlife viewing, our state has it all. Visit our website at tnwildlife.org or download our new app for your smartphone or tablet by searching TWRA on the go, and let the legacy of your outdoor adventure begin. Our legacy.
Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, Barton Power Sports, and Buck Gardner Calls.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we wrap up today's show. Bill Cooksey and Ron Wong have been our in-studio guests. Appreciate you guys being with us this morning.
Good to be here.
It's always fun, right?
It is.
Always fun and always great to be here, and it was a great Christmas. I hope everybody got what they wanted. And
yes. And now we're going to talk about a little safety in here because I wanted these two guys on as we close out today's show. Not only Gene Smith, our good friend that will be in here next week to talk on Open Mic Saturday, but also our good friend Andy Tweed, Wildlife Enforcement Officer based out of Shelby County here. And first, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Andy. Let me talk to Andy first because, and then I want to bring Gene into the conversation. Andy, I know it's we're over Christmas. We're getting into the duck season and everything else, and I want to talk a little bit about safety here because a lot of folks maybe have got something, maybe a new rifle, a new shotgun, or maybe a new pistol for Christmas. From your point of view as a wildlife officer, these people don't need to take that gun right on out into the woods the next day after Christmas, right?
No, they sure don't. They need to make sure they know exactly what they've gotten and either go to a range and shoot it or have somebody who's, in the instructional end of it and show them how to use it. There's going to be a lot of people that have gotten a brand new gun and they never shot before.
Yes.
And that's the people that don't need to go shoot it. They need to be instructed on how to do it properly.
And Gene, I know as a hunter education instructor, that's part of your course, isn't it, that you teach gun safety, right?
Oh, yeah. Andy's right. A lot of people get new guns for Christmas and hadn't had time to practice or learn all the safety factors. Also, talking to the guys up here at work, we had a breakfast for the retirees, and a lot of guys having trouble with four-wheeler. One guy told me he went across this creek, and the guy said, I'm stuck. He said, well, how far are you? He said, I can't even see my seat. So he was really stuck.
Well, he needs Andy Tweed to come pull him out.
No, he can stay right there.
He can stay right there, yeah. All right, we're talking to Andy Tweed, Region 1 TWRI Law Enforcement Officer based out of Shelby County, our good friend Gene Smith. And I know, Andy, let's talk a little bit about, we've talked a little bit about safety here, but also from your law enforcement, I know a lot of folks, the deer season is winding down, and then we're going to start duck hunting. Tell us what you've been hearing from duck hunting on the Mississippi River.
They had about 2 good days when the river was up, and it was fairly chilly out. But then, once the river started dropping, it was a wrap. So
2 days.
Just a couple of days, and that's it. And for the most part, duck season around here has been a flop because we don't have any water.
Yes.
So that's a couple folks in certain areas were killing ducks, but for the most part, it's been really bad.
All right, well, let's switch over to deer hunting then. What have you heard?
Deer hunting's doing good. We had the problem was the rut didn't seem to last quite as long as it normally does, but it was in full swing there for about a week. I mean, it really was. And if you didn't get to stand, you may have missed your window of opportunity.
Yeah, I know.
But as of right now, they're starting to. I am seeing a few bucks chasing a few does now, so we're maybe getting into that little small second rut that sometimes develops.
Well, that's what we need and everything.
Well, I think they've fed down some of the acorns
too. A couple
too.
of does for the freezer if you haven't done so.
And Bill Cooksey just said what, Bill?
It seems to me they've fed down some of the acorns back in the woods, and I'm seeing deer on my cameras that I haven't seen all year that are getting out and looking for new food sources.
Well, they very well could, but we had a good mass crop again this year, so they've been wearing the woods out.
Yes.
But, they are becoming a little more visible again, and of course we're getting into the moon phase.
Oh yeah.
Where things are going to start picking up here.
Yeah, and
I pick up with the moon phase too.
In fishing, don't you?
Yeah.
You really do, don't you?
Yes,
now,
I do.
I know we're in the new moon right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Something along that line. Of course, I know when that full moon's out there, We can't hunt at night,
It
but it would be.
sucks.
Yeah, you said the words there.
Okay.
Bill Cooksey just said the word right there. So,
Well, you can hunt at night all you want. It's just, if you get caught, things are going to be a little tough.
you need to find out if Andy Tweed is on duty or not.
Andy's always in duty.
He's on duty all the time.
No, I don't know. Now, Andy's a father now, so, I mean, he's cut back on some of his duty work, right? You got other duties now, right, Andy?
I've got other duties now, but I'm still working, my normal schedule. So it's tough, but I'm still hanging in there.
How's that baby doing, Andy?
He's doing great.
Tell our listeners about this, because I know. What's his name?
His name is Hutchison. Andrew Hutchison.
Isn't that something?
All right.
That's pretty cool. How old's the baby now?
Oh, he's about 7 weeks.
7 weeks. Christmas is
Wow.
different, right?
Do what?
Christmas will be different from now on, right?
Absolutely, it will. It'll be. I think it's going to be great.
Well,
Fantastic.
I'm happy for you and for the family and everything like that. Guys, thank you for taking time this morning. Gene, you will be in with us next Saturday, right?
Yes, sir, with bells on.
Oh, well, I have more than that, I hope. I may come in if you show up with bells on. Andy may be here and will arrest you for something, too. So, hey, Andy, appreciate you guys. I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Happy New Year.
Y'all have a safe rest of the deer season.
Happy New Year to
All
you
right,
guys.
Happy New Year to you guys.
All right, see y'all. All
Take
right.
care.
All right, Andy Tweed and Gene Smith. Let's close up today's show and with Bill and Ron. As again, next week's show will be open mic Saturday. Dave Gabbert, Gene Smith will be in studio. We're going to be having a lot of prizes I put together. This is the end of the year,
Blowout.
Blowout. It starts the 1st January, and I got lots of things I want to give away. And so we're going to be giving away those next Saturday. And I will be in a duck blind, or I'll be in a deer stand, or I'll be here. It all just depends on what transpires between now and next Saturday. But I know Greg Ratliff will be here. So,
Yes, he will.
We're going to do that. Okay. We're into 2015 next year. That's hard to believe. Is that not hard to believe?
Every year.
How old is Bill the 12th now? I mean,
He's 14 now.
14?
I'm biding my time until he can drive me to the duck count. I watch him sleeping in that seat every time we
I've
head
seen
over.
pictures of him, yeah.
I think, man, just a couple of more years and I'm going to be in that seat.
Yeah, but he won't be going with you then. I
bet he will.
He'll have other things. Well, he probably will.
Yeah.
But he'll have other
yeah.
people on his mind.
Absolutely.
When he has his own. You going to give him your truck?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
His mom will make sure he has something nicer than my truck.
Well, my granddaughter wants my truck, but she likes it to be painted blue. And then, of course, hey, I want you to watch the commercial appeal. I'm going to either have the Quan story about the Quan family this Sunday or the following Sunday. I'm not really for sure yet. A great night at the Quan, at Peanut Quan's house the other night. Ron was cooking. All the kids showed up finally after Erica got there. Yeah. And but we had Nick and we had Cody, we had Emma, we had Connie, we had Peanut, we had Nick's wife, and we had Cody's girlfriend, and we had you, and we had William and Connie, the patriarchs of the family,
right?
Of the Quan family.
Didn't we have a good time?
We had a great time. Great food, great fellowship, and everything like that. And I'm doing a story on the Quan family, but I just can't decide whether I'm going to do it this Sunday or I'm going to wait until the first Sunday in January because it's such a great story, and I might do it on the New Year's story. Because so I don't know. So I'm either going to have that or I'm going to have a wrap up on what happened down at Arca Butler and the work that goes into that. Because
that's a great
I got a
story.
great picture.
Great story.
And
well, you're going to need a lot of space for that family situation. I mean,
that
sounds like
picture alone.
That sounds like a too deep of a football team.
Yes, it'll probably get cut, but it's a wonderful story to go to Sky Lake and Fraser and to see them live in that. The house that Mr. Quan designed and built. I'm giving away some tips right here. And Uncle Ron, and I'm going to tell you this and before we get out of here, because I want to thank both of y'all for your help during this past year. Bill, thank you for being part of this team. I know you're a busy man and got things going on, but I want to thank Ron. Ron's a special friend. He has been in part of this. He's put so much heart and soul into not on the website. This man is the busiest man I know.
I know it.
And I mean, I don't know how he does what he does. Is all the different boards he's on, all the different family. You know, he is Uncle Ron. I did not realize this as we close out here.
Yeah.
His family and the Kwan family come from the same village in Canton, China,
which is now known as Guangzhou.
Okay.
Guangzhou. I think that's what we had to eat the other night. Guangzhou, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We had a lot of
good
chow.
too, wasn't it?
We had a lot of chow and everything.
Well,
But
Larry,
anyway.
I have to tell you, you know, it's always a pleasure to be on the show here and to provide whatever I can. Certainly, I always enjoy helping out my friend Bill Cooksey also with the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News. And I will tell you, in 2015, there'll be a couple of articles out there that I'm going to help provide to the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News. So look out for them. Look out at LROutdoors.com. We've got some contests coming up. We've got a great 2015 coming up.
We do, and I appreciate Greg Ratliff. He has stepped right in, and he's a busy man too. He's got twins. He's got all this thing going on, and we've made a man from Illinois learn a little bit about the outdoors here in 3 months.
He's done a great job, I tell you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he is on time, and you didn't say that right. It's thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, that's
Thank you very
that's
much.
the way you do it here in Memphis and everything. Okay, got to get out of here. Next week, open mic Saturday. Bill, Ron, Happy New Year to you guys. Greg, Happy New Year to you guys. Go to
Happy New Year.
LROutdoors.com. Hopefully everything will be set up by today. I hope it is and everything. But this is Larry Ray reminding you I do each and every week that it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And God bless the USA.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Power. Let that word sink in for a minute. You crave power. You need power. And at Barton Power Sports, we put all that power right in your hands. Barton Power.